The ongoing witch chase against Diddy is tied in with conditioning his companions' gossip, has said that Diddy was engaged with physically badgering numerous rappers who were new in the business. And as per a few insiders, Diddy is additionally engaged with some exceptionally dull and insane stuff like get-togethers. And presently we will discuss Diddy's most disputable get-togethers and insane hypotheses that are happening on the web, and how he has been uncovered conspicuously by the figures who were his immediate or roundabout casualties, Puff Daddy and Felix, the house feline celebrated house music makers, essentially spooning each other. I like, when you like this daddy I like, when you are scrambling and scratching I could do. Without that it was interested, I had an opportunity to see a few things. Definitely yet you were 13, what were you talking about went there to see the way of life right? And I saw it, and it was. And it was nevertheless I couldn't say whether I could enjoy and comprehend what I was in any event. Taking a gander at Josh Ostrovsky's shocking tale, so virtual entertainment, powerhouse business person winemaker, and creator Josh Ostrovsky supposedly shared a genuine loathsomeness experience with Diddy and his companions. Josh lives in the U.S. The Fat Jew is the name by which he is better perceived via web-based entertainment. Many individuals felt one way, and many individuals felt the alternate way. I kind of got sort of put into the center. It resembled the substance of the issue. And how as I resembled you realize the web is for shouting and shouting. Josh fundamentally discussed how he evidently confronted the kickback when he uncovered Diddy for his grimy activities. Well, it was likewise normal for the netizens to scrutinize Josh on the grounds that we as a whole skill, Diddy has consistently kept his celestial picture among the public. Everything began when Josh went to a party that was hung on Star Island in Miami, which is additionally the area of P. Diddy's confidential chateau. He was there close by a notable housemaker who was filling in as the party's DJ. And what might he at some point have conceivably seen there? Fundamentally me. And like wonderful like ethnic models, like simply lovely ladies who I clearly cared very little about just lovely ladies, yet on the off chance that there were just gorgeous models there. There ought to be nothing bad about the party. You realize, my man, is letting me know that like you realize each third individual is some leader you know got in the background. Folks who I don't perceive this is the sort of thing dubious where Josh could have staggered in light of the fact that he could have been dreaded of being recorded unfairly. And to think about it is likewise extremely dubious how a party can have ladies, while there are no men except for what happened. Subsequently, Josh went to search for the restroom. And with that he just advanced down one stairwell, and he found himself profound inside the contorting hallways of the house. First one resembles a storeroom. One's a room. It doesn't have a restroom in it. Whatever, each room ought to have a washroom in it too. That checks out as a matter of some importance, assuming you're in this prison. Definitely right, every house, so I've opened an entryway. And there are a lot of men, and here two things could have sounded off-putting to him. One, no washroom in the rooms and men in the rooms. And this isn't it. They were all lying around in an exceptionally unusual way. And they're all similar to extremely like Romanesque, like laying about. And similar to exceptionally like, sort of resting on one another, not actually spooning, yet like conversationally spooning. Great. You could be aware assuming two individuals lie like they are spooning. They should be a couple, yet two men spooning and appearing to be sincerely involved is fairly extremely bizarre. It would merely be the preface to a bash. Yes, gracious, totally. Oh wow. It was prefaced to such an extent that entire situation might have been enough for Josh to clear all questions that Diddy put on an act to welcome delightful ladies. So nobody could find what was truly occurring behind that pool settlement with ladies, yet Josh didn't sit back quietly, and surprisingly, unveiled clearly that Diddy's after endlessly parties are something like nervousness. Since when you leave those gatherings, the scenes torment you for your life. He said basically, all that I have a plenty of issues. Aren't we as a whole, as of now experiencing seething uneasiness? The encounters we do individuals want to do, like riding around in a convertible with a llama in New York Diddy. And breathtaking, most of people hold on to the craving to go to a get-together where VIPs will be available. So they might connect with those in the business, albeit spectacular, has gone to various occasions in his day. Apparently he feels that a portion of those gatherings didn't satisfy the hopes that were set for them now. Assuming that you notice remarkable is encircled by an undeniable haze of despairing among the group. He is by all accounts worrying about an undetectable concern, which makes us thoughtful to his disposition. He is discreetly partaking in a piece of cake, while extending a quality of segregation. Besides, he seems hesitant to meet the eyes of others around him, as though he is super uncomfortable. Maybe Diddy's presence creates a shaded area over marvelous cognizance in this cryptic embroidery of sentiments, unobtrusively affecting his present status of brain. Might the burst at some point be the consequence of a contention between their imaginative objectives, or a private matter one may just estimate in light of the fact that reality lies profound inside their common past? Yet Diddy continued to address what was your desire during the current year, to which Fab answered, "I like energies, you understand what I mean. I like a decent energy more than like needing for anything, like you understand what I mean. So I got a cool energy. I invested some a portion of the time with my children, as you give close consideration to impressive. You see that the two his words and nonverbal communication demonstrate a ton about how he is feeling right now. Plainly, he is deliberately attempting to separate himself from Diddy. He stresses his longing to be a committed family man and remain close to his children, communicating a newfound need for the family. I went out, snatched a sack, invest some additional time with my children. And you understand what I mean. I felt like I was in achievement age." It seems like Fab has begun a way of self-disclosure, reevaluating his needs, and understanding the benefit of safeguarding his associations with his family. His choice to put his obligations as a caring father first shows a significant close to home, arousing driven by a craving to make profound connections inside his nearby circle. And even fans saw something in the climate. One of them said, "Dan, the energy and nonverbal communication from Fab is exceptionally telling." And one more fan added later, "Diddy had himself conveyed to astounding den inside a birthday cake. He leafed out the cake and came at Fab like the goods champion. I like you, and I need you. We can do this the simple way or the most difficult way possible. The decision is yours." Spectacular. Yet this isn't it. The New York City rapper, likewise as of late, posted a progression of uncovering accounts on his Instagram story, in which he examined examples in which he ran not entirely oak on his VIP mates while they were going to occasions. As per Fab, the situation required an Irish departure on this event, and it was vital for it to happen. Not just that, he even dropped some supportive party getting away from reasons to help his fans, where he recommended you at any point got peer constrained into going to the apps. You at any point said you were going to the restroom, and left. Everything began when the rapper known as Ghetto Impressive inquired as to whether they also had at any point felt constrained into going to a get-together when they were at a show of his. Astonishing, said you truly need to return home or back to the room. Yet you would rather not be the go-down to the turn-up. Fans were thinking about his inquiries when Astonishing uncovered that he had an exceptionally silly involvement in Diddy, who kept spectacular celebrating until the early hours of the following morning. "I told Diddy I was going to the washroom, and slid once he let it out. Was 7 a.m. And this word was as yet turned. This story was about Diddy compelling him to hit up parties, which should be visible here. "I need to party with me for your birthday, man. We party me for my birthday before you came to my party. No yet me. And you ain't never truly party. You understand what I'm talking about." Did you notice how Fantastic was wavering? While Diddy said he needed to hit up the party, why? On the grounds that Fabo could have realized that there is continuously something turning out badly when Diddy is welcomed. And this is the reason. Remarkable gave him an exceptionally abnormal look. Yet this thing was likewise seen by the netizens. One of them remarked, I recollected this. When Diddy gets tanked his real nature, come out he's certainly into men. I don't have the foggiest idea why he don't reside in his reality. Another said enduring P. Diddy will be epic and marvelous craving to run away from the area and return to his home checks out, given that Diddy's wild celebrating way of life is notable to the public. Diddy gay clubbing with display. A subsequent rapper show has likewise emerged to share his unnerving experience. In the wake of having a fabulous night at his home, Diddy brought him out clubbing. And it was only after later that they figured out this club wasn't similar to some other club they'd been to before. Rather, it ended up being a really explicit gay bar oak. So then you realize we go to the house, and afterward, he welcomed us to the house since he needed to go to the club. Subsequently, OK Cool Show was clearly endeavoring to party and live it up at the club when somebody drew out into the open the way that the men there were kissing each other display was dazed. Yet he didn't really think about it until he saw another man moving knob stripped in the club. She pointed over the corners, two fellows kissing. You understand what I'm talking about. I like this. And this as well as implied toward his truly horrible experience with Diddy when he got hauled into the party. Hello man, that young lady, you are familiar, the young lady. Definitely Diddy has the boldness to get some information about the young ladies as well, and a short time later show them the genuine show.